Infinity Gaming versus Gozu Gamers.
Born Gosu.
Born Gosu. Woo!
One
Welcome to, welcome to the
literally
Infinity Gaming
one
versus
job.
Born Gosu event tonight
It
during
is,
the Alpha Team League.
yeah. That's what I was about to get at. It's gonna be part of Alpha Team League, so a big shout out to them. Thanks for running this event. It's a really great event. You guys should definitely go check out the website at alpha.tl.
Yeah, absolutely. And I am your caster, Arthisios, and this is your other caster, Ward.
Hello.
Ward, how are you today?
I'm great, Ryan. How are you?
I'm doing well. Just sitting here waiting for these games to start. We don't have the lineup quite yet for what we're starting. Actually, I'm not seeing chat, which is kind of. I am the only person in this chat.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
What chat are you in, Ryan?
IxGpro versus Gozu.
Well, there's actually about 7 people.
Oh, found him. Found
There
him.
you
I
go.
was in the wrong chat, boys and girls. Thank you very much. All right, cool. So we are all in here.
You're off to a great start today, Ryan. I have to.
I'm really good at this, guys. Oh man. All right. So first off, we're going to be having Route versus Sauce King on Blackpink. I am not. Let's look into Sauce King for a quick second.
Yeah,
I
I
see him in here.
was just watching another streamer. I just saw him play Sauce King, and I mean, he seemed like a fairly solid Zerg player.
Okay, so he's Zerg. So we have a PVZ coming up here. I mean, PVZ and Blackpink. How do you feel about it?
Blackpink's a very standard map. ZVP is kind of it can kind of swing either way. So if it gets late game, it can be a little strong for Protoss. If it stays early game, it can be pretty strong for Zerg. So I think this game could really go either way. PVZ.
Yeah, absolutely looking forward to these games. Right now, we are just waiting on our players to. Actually, one of them is present. We're just looking for the other one. But we're here to entertain you guys. Welcome to the Infinity Gaming Pro stream. This is our first ever stream live event. We're very excited to bring it to you guys. Alpha Team League was so awesome, letting us stream our games. So,
Yep, for sure.
as we mentioned before, big shout out to them. Ward, what was that link that you had mentioned before? It was alpha.tl, I believe.
Yeah, alpha.tl, that's their website. You can see everything from the lineups to the matchups that are going to be going on to the schedule, all that cool kind of stuff.
That's actually pretty cool. I do like that. Looking a little bit further. Oh, so we are going to be glancing at chat every once in a while. There's a delay. Keep that in mind. Feel free to heckle, I guess, because that's what Twitch chat is best for. So,
Yep. Give us all your Twitch chat GM advice. We'll listen to every word, and we'll make sure to give input to the players after the game.
oh, for sure, every single one of them, line by line, in order. Absolutely. All right, so it looks like we have a couple of the Gozu crew here. Ooh, wow, that's a different team. Born Gosu, they are hanging out here. I need to not give them nicknames. I feel like that's my downfall here. Looks like everyone's here though. Sauce is just finishing a ladder game, so we'll be underway in just a few moments. Again, thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with us for this Alpha Team League Pro match. Well, it's a team league, so.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, in case you don't already know, this is not going to be in in all kill format. This is actually going to be in Pro League format. And if you don't know what that is, each team selected a player to go out on the map predetermined. And so once a player wins the game, it goes obviously 1-up to the respective team. And after that, 2 new players are fed in. So it's not like a normal clan war kind of deal where one player can carry a team to victory. Your entire roster really has to be strong in these kind of clashes.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like we have a pretty strong lineup coming from Infinity. The only one I do recognize from Gozu or Born Gosu is Dead Saint. But on the Infinity Gaming, we do have Maples, who actually went to the round of 16 in the open qualifiers for WCS Austin. Sorry, for the bracket qualifiers. Right? It was the big event.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Challenger. There we go. My mistake.
And also on the side of Born Gosu, we do have Dead Saint. Sauce King, as I said, is a very solid Zerg player. AS plays Protoss, so you know he's always going to be a threat. No, AS is actually a very good Protoss player. I've seen him in cups a couple of times, so he's definitely a solid Protoss player. None of these players are anything to be looked down upon. Very strong in their own right.
Yeah. And then we also have Frago, who's a Terran player. Looks like the only Terran player in this lineup, coming from Born Gosu. So we're definitely going to see a little bit of that Marauder action, I'm sure, going forward. And oh, hey, so I guess we are in the wrong. Let's do that. Get out of the party. We're going to be joining up these guys in just a moment, so we can get these games underway. It looks like the vetoes are just about to start. Oh, I lied. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. I am up to speed, I promise.
Yeah, remember we had that whole spiel about how players are predetermined on maps, Ryan?
Yeah, absolutely. That is... Woo! I'm used to this tournament stuff.
That's true.
Alright, so we are going to be entering lobby. Looking good. Everything's set up. I'm actually pretty excited for this. This is a pretty cool team league we have going on. We have a lot of teams here that are going to be playing in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, a massive amount of team numbers. I know originally there was a little bit of concern, since, you know, there wasn't a lot of signups where this was actually going to be able to happen. But ever since then, just a massive influx of signups. So we have teams from Rise to Born Gosu, Infinity Gaming. Just the number of teams in this team league are pretty massive.
Absolutely. And that said, we have a little graphic for you, a little something special. So, we'll see you guys right after that graphic. And welcome back to this wonderful game. So, let's get this started. Spawning in the top right, we have our purple player, blue player. Woo! We'll get colors right eventually. Representing Born Gosu, it's Sauce King.
And then the bottom left, representing Infinity Gaming, it is the red Protoss player, Route.
Oh man, good times. We do have, we have the forward pylon and gateway coming out from Route. I mean, I personally think it's a solid defensive, or is it defensive? Yeah, it's pretty defensive.
Yeah,
What do you think about it?
You get the wall off fairly quickly at your natural, keeps you from getting prevents you from having any really Ling Floody styles from coming into your base for totally undisturbed, I'm trying to say. So definitely a defensive strategy, and we do see the pool first here from Sauce King. So gonna be looking to put on some early aggression.
Absolutely, and something to note, not a single match tonight is going to be played on the new maps. So everything is from the previous map pool. You will see maps that are very familiar. So I look forward to bringing you that.
And so far, not to cut you off at all, Ryan, but we used to already see Zergling speed and a Roach Warren on the way, so definitely going to be very all in here from Sauce King. Going to try and get this win a little bit early. Smart reaction from Route is going to start 2 gateways and his cybernetic score. Also throws down another pylon just to make sure it doesn't get sniped. And this is definitely a very smart response. Skipping the Nexus, getting out more units, so this will definitely be an interesting fight to watch.
Yeah, and as we say that, we do have these things coming across the map. They're about halfway there. Coming to get you, Mr. Protoss. We do have the Overlord floating on top. Gonna try and get some vision, but Lings are gonna try and peck forward. They're not gonna really be able to get much. Just trying to pull that Zealot out of place.
Yeah, the Zealot is going to keep this wall safe, not going to let those Zerglings in. And now that the Adept is out, the Zerglings can't really poke at any structures safely. Nexus is down, so far so good for Rout. Has held this pretty much perfectly up to this point. Shield battery finished. So this is definitely going to be a very tough attack for Sauce to pull off.
Absolutely. Actually, we do have on the main ramp for Sauce King. He unfortunately morphed his Ravagers right in the middle of that ramp and blocked off that drone. So his natural is going to be a little bit later than he'd like, but it is underway. We do have the Ravagers walking across the middle of the map, and these things are going to take another little poke. We'll see what's going on at least.
And Rout is not taking any chances here. It does have two extra shield batteries on the way. Actually 3, making a total of 4 here that should be ready for this attack. So there's just not much of a chance really here for Sauce to break this. There will be 3 Stalkers out and just more than enough to really push this away.
Absolutely. I mean, if he gets the Cyber Core, it's going to be huge, but Rout's going to be definitely trying his best to prevent any damage, I'd say.
Yeah, unfortunately, these Stalkers will get on top of those Ravagers, so we'll kill one, probably kill a second one here, actually, if he micros it well. The second one does go down. So 3 Stalkers to 1 Ravager. I mean, this push really didn't get anything that it needed to accomplish. Even with throwing down 4 shield batteries, Rout's still in the lead here. Good economy, kills off all the Ravagers, only losing a single Zealot in the depth.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, as you said, we have our Rout is doing pretty well on economy. 26 probes to 20 drones, and I mean, even the army supply 10 to 9. So we do have Rout just had null sense.
And actually, to make that push happen, Sauce King did cancel Zergling speed, so it's gonna be really hard for him to deal with these 3 Stalkers. They're just gonna be able to dance in and out of the Zerglings, dance in and out of Queen range, kill off any Queens, and this is gonna be devastating. He has to build more units.
His Queen's going down, and as its corpse is just hanging out, these Stalkers are going to be walking around this natural, taking out anything that they can. Adepts trading into the main, and these Stalkers are going to clean up this secondary Queen. This is going to be a hard hold coming from Sauce.
Yeah, and there's just nothing really left here. There's three Stalkers, 2 Adepts in the natural base, and really only 1 Roach here. Not a lot Sauce can really do from this point on. And even if he were able to hold this whole time, Rout's been producing probes, and he's been forced to build units. So even if he does hold this, there's going to be a massive economic deficit.
Absolutely. We do have Blink on the way coming from our Protoss here. He's not going to get too cocky. He's not going to stop macroing for any moment here. He just wants to kill his opponent, which we will see this natural coming down in just a few moments. Ward, what do you think that our Zerg can do here?
I really think the only chance our Zerg player has here is just he has to somehow catch these units out, kill them, and send a massive influx across the map to try and kill Rout. Even if he does succeed in that, though, I mean, there's just shield batteries everywhere on the other side of the map, but the production from Rout is double that of the Zerg player, so it's just really not looking like there's much of a shot here for Sauce at this point.
Yeah, it looks like 2 of the Adepts did get out. Stalkers actually get out as well. These Ravagers are going to try and chase him a little bit, but...
And he traded for a good number of Zerglings and Roaches, and I have great respect for Sauce King for fighting this out until the very end, but at this point I do think he's starting to just delay the inevitable here.
Yeah, we do have the Overlord Scout coming in, and GG! Rout takes game number 1.
Yeah, really well executed from Rout. Definitely a good idea from Sauce King. Trying to catch Rout unprepared and get a quick map win to start off, but unfortunately, Rout was totally prepared, so not really much that Sauce King could do.
Yeah. I mean, great game from both players. It was a little cheesy here. Nobody minds a little bit of cheese coming out in game 1 here from a team league, trying to upset the opponents. But we do have Neon Violet Square coming up next. We are going to be getting that underway in just a few moments. Your opponent's going to be Maples against Frago, so a PVT.
This is definitely going to be an interesting series to watch. Or not, I shouldn't say series, but interesting map to watch. We do see the Marauder being buffed as of late, so that Protoss has definitely become a little bit weaker against Terran.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, that Marauder buff is pretty big. We did see a Raven nerf, if I remember correctly. So we might not see as much play in that way. But keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, there was absolutely nothing for the Protoss. Not a buff, not a nerf, not a nothing. So
Yeah,
today's the day of the Terran.
Yeah, like you said, there was a slight nerf to the Raven. I say slight. Against Protoss, a slight nerf where the damage from the Seeker missile, the anti-armor missile, was actually halved, 30 to 50. But against Protoss, a lot of times we see that anti-armor missile come into the effect for the actual anti-armor effects, and that's remained just as powerful as it once was. So, no, I don't think that Raven will have that much of an effect. Excuse me, in this game.
Absolutely. And if you want to know a little bit more about us as a team, just a quick side note, I suppose. We are Infinity Gaming. We do have a merch store, actually, in case you're interested, guys. It's sector6apparel.com/collections/Infinity Gaming, and that will be provided to you in the chat. Not to fear. As soon as I know where I put the chat. Oh, there it is. There.
I got it.
There you go. Perfect. We have our the resident mod /caster combo. Looking good. Thank you, Ward. We have an instant win. Ooh, baby.
Wow. Born Gosu ties up the series 1-1, and we'll be moving on to our next map. Really solid build order from Frago and all.
A grand total of 7 seconds, actually. That was probably one of the greatest matches of this entire series.
Only needed 7 seconds to beat Protoss. That's how good the Marauder buff was.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. Realistically, I was thinking the exact same thing. Maples looked at Frago and said, "You know what? You're Terran. GG. Well played. You did it."
There we go.
We are going to be getting into the game in just a minute later. Unfortunately, it was a slight hiccup, but yeah, it's okay. We're good.
Oh. Yeah, just getting everyone into the lobbies now. The map is in fact Neon Violet Square. That's not where the mistake was, so nothing to be worried about there.
Oh, I apparently just found out what I messed up earlier on the joining of the chat, which that's pretty cool. So now I have a chat. I can't delete. Oh, great. Feels bad. Feels so bad. Anyways, we do have the go-go's going from these players. Very enthusiastic. Here's. Good, everybody's in really good spirits. And that said, I hope all of you are in good spirits. Ward, again, I've asked you before. I'm going to ask you again. How are you today?
I'm great, right? I'm glad you're checking up on me a lot. You know, I like to know
make sure.
I like to know you care.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always thinking of my co-caster right there, as we see. So getting these introductions underway, Ward, take it from the top.
Alright, spawning in the bottom right of Neon Violet Square, it is the red Terran player representing Born Gosu. It is Frago.
And in the top left, our boy in yellow, it's the yellow Protoss, Maples.
Oh, sorry, I just saw lightning strike outside. I got a little scared, a little jump scare there. So coming out from Frago, we do see a gas first. So this definitely means Frago is going to be looking to put on some sort of factory aggression here. There's a vast multitude of what it could be, from Widowmine drop to Cyclone pushes. So, not really able to predict what kind of aggression it'll be yet, but definitely going to be some sort of factory opening. And a fast double gas coming out from Maples. So not going to see an expansion coming out fast from him here. Probe does sneak into the natural base, so or into the third base, excuse me. So it does look like we're going to be having proxy Void Ray memes.
Oh my goodness. This. Yeah, okay, so the proxy Void Ray, as a lot of you have seen, is rampant. And we're definitely going to be seeing here the Assimilator going down on that second gas. Just making sure that Frago is
but
not getting gas he needs.
fortunately for Maples, excuse me, for Frago, he does actually SCV scout, so he should have a pretty decent idea of what's coming. There's nothing in the main base, or no, excuse me, nothing in the main base. There's no natural base, so he should start to look for this, and hopefully he will know what this is. Reaper is actually not rallied there, so probably just thinks it's another proxy of some sort. And I do have to admit, it's a little bit awkward. It's you don't think to check your own third base for a proxy.
Absolutely, but I mean, hey, that's what he's doing, so we're gonna see that going forward. This Reaper gonna go poke at that Zealot. Definitely try and take it out. He's gonna just keep stutter stepping that bad boy until that Zealot's dead. So.
And this is a good move from Maples as well to make this Zealot send it across the map, because this Zealot doesn't require any micro, but this from Frago requires quite a bit of micro, so could force some small mistakes. Fortunately, by the time it does reach his own base, this Zealot will be gone, so actually Frago doesn't really have to.
Ooh, we did see the SCV dance trying to get into the main for Frago, so might have been a slight walling mistake, but he definitely sees this proxy either way. Void Ray on the way, as I said, and a shield battery just started for this.
Yeah, and they're double shield battery, and this is going to be very difficult to hold for Frago. If you don't have a second gas, you can't make double Vikings, which is the counter to this build that's been found among the best Terran players. So definitely a little bit worrying for Frago. He's going to have to try and find some sort of alternative answer here.
Yeah, we have one Stalker and one Void Ray picking some Marines apart.
And that Widowmine going to make it difficult here. It can get a good shot off. Can definitely do a lot of damage to these Void Rays and Stalkers. So that is something that Maples has to dance around to be careful of.
Yeah, Void Ray picking off an SCV, gonna go for the other one. He just wants to delay Frago as much as possible. We did keep in mind, folks, we did see Cheese in game 1. We're seeing Cheese in game 2.
Yeah, Maples felt the need to retaliate with they sent Cheddar, he sent Twist. Oh, it gets right back in the shield battery just before Luke can die. A clutch save from Maples. Will not even lose the Void Ray. So definitely so far taking very favorable trades.
Yeah, that 1 health Void Ray is the true MVP right here. As Stalkers try and pick away at what they can.
Yeah, with the second Void Ray out and still no second gas, things are just looking to get worse and worse here for Frago. Doesn't really have a way to answer these Void Rays. He has no units left on the map. A Cyclone will pop, but that's not going to be enough.
GG!
Frago will tap out.
Game number 2 does go to Maples. Looks like Infinity Gaming is up 2-0. Our next match is going to be Hawaiian Style against AS? Did I say that right? Am I good on that one?
Versus, what did you think you said wrong, Ryan? You probably
AS?
did. AS, I believe that's how it's said.
Okay, great. It's a good spelling. AEIS. So hopefully I didn't butcher it too much. Either way, we do have our a TVP coming up.
It is going to be, as you said, the Terran Hawaiian Style, and it is going to be on a Biogenesis. Definitely an interesting map and a lot of interesting, a very unpredictable map.
Yeah, Biogenesis, as it's been stated before, is typically that map that players want to as they're just vetoing things. It's just the one thing they can't get rid of. It's that ugly stepchild. Wow, that was okay. So.
If you're a stepchild out there, Infinity Gaming in no way endorses the beliefs of Arthisios.
Yeah, pretty much. We're just making sure our players are ready to go forward. So, looks like everything is pretty much set for a Biogenesis.
Indeed. I'm very interested to see what strategies we'll have coming out here, as the rush distance is so short, and as we've talked about, Biogenesis is such an interesting map that a lot of times we see some very unusual builds, things that are really different that you wouldn't usually see. So I'm very interested to see if there's going to be anything special coming out from either of these.
Absolutely, very much looking forward to this. As we were mentioning earlier, the Marauder buff did go through just today, so that's brand new stuff. Either way, we're in game, and spawning in the bottom right, we have our green Protoss, the creator. It's Aeus.
Spawning in the top left of a Biogenesis, it is the yellow Terran player. Representing Infinity Gaming, it is Hawaiian style. So again, we do see the Terran player this game going for that gas first build, so definitely going to be some sort of aggression. And the same build from the Protoss, well, not the same build, but going to be going gateway first, so nothing too memey probably. We'll see how fast he takes that second gas. That's really the determining factor here for Pro.
Absolutely. We do have a probe coming across the map. Gonna check out his buddy in yellow on the top left. So, I mean, Protoss knows all right. So we're just we're gonna make sure that is still true here. Counter scout coming out from our Terran.
Yeah, I was probably just to make sure there's no proxies going on here. Even though the rush distance on this map is so short, it's still very popular to proxy on. So just making sure there's nothing too crazy going on. No proxy 111 cyclones, nothing like that going to be coming at him too fast.
Absolutely, we do have the Reaper on the way. As you said, everything's pretty standard here. Nothing too crazy. So both players just trying to play it safe, not cheesing this game, guys. Don't worry, it's okay. You can put your wine away because we're out of cheese.
Yeah, as he said, the Protoss Nexus did come down, as well as in the Cybernetics core is soon to follow. So probably going to see a fast Stalker here, I feel like. It's pretty arbitrary whether Protoss picks a Stalker or Adept, but Stalker is much safer. Adept is better for scouting, so just really up to opinion of the players. Oh, the lightning. Sorry.
Again, I'm going to reiterate this throughout the cast. Ward, please don't die.
Yeah.
We like you casting here. We want you to keep doing it, and yeah, that's really it. I mean,
yeah.
Anyways, this Reaper is going to pick off the probe. Probe's only going to be seeing that CC, so not a ton of information. Our Protoss though does see. I mean, he knows that there's barracks and a refinery, so going forward is not that much. That said, on the other side of the map, we do have the Stargate built for our Protoss here. I'm going Born Gosu. So,
yeah.
What do you think is going to be the first unit?
Almost definitely an Oracle. If it's not proxied, some players do opt to go for Phoenix these days, but even if they're going Phoenix, most of the time it will be an Oracle.
Yeah. And actually, with that said, we do have double Cyclone. Cyclones are pretty good against Oracles, I'd say.
Yeah, pretty good. They're good at forcing them away. Sometimes can't get the kill. And I don't actually believe the Hawaiian style has seen this up to this point. So no, Hawaiian style does not know that it is a Stargate at this point. The Stalkers have done a great job at keeping the Reaper at bay, so not quite sure what's going on here yet is Hawaiian style.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks being in the dark, but I guess he's gonna force his way, just try and do it. But he does see the Oracle now.
And he is going for the build very popular. It's popularized by Maru. It's the reactor opening where you go Hellion Cyclone. Very lethal, has the potential to outright kill a Protoss, and it's nowhere close to all-in. It's a very macro-oriented opening. You can expand very easily behind it. So definitely a very solid build order choice for Flying style.
Absolutely. We do have those Stalker. Wow, that's a Reaper poking in, trying to draw the attention to Stalkers. Did push the rest of the army back. We are going to have another Oracle coming out. And, ooh, that Reaper death. No bueno. So, Ward, I mean, we have a lot of Stalkers and some Oracles. I mean, how do you feel about this one? You're Terran, so what would you typically like to see from Protoss?
The Protoss is definitely not in a terrible position at this point. He's slightly ahead in workers. It is getting that time where he really needs to be taking a third Nexus, unless he's going to be 2-base all-inning. He's trying to poke with these oracles as best as he can, but Hawaiian Style is just prepared for it. It does look like he lost one of them actually too to a Widowmine somewhere, so definitely unfortunate. But I think
good unit.
Moving to take the third base, I think Ice is pretty much doing everything that he can.
Absolutely. Plenty of Stalkers. Blink on the way. So we're going to have a highly mobile army coming out here. Just a lot going on in production for the Terran, though. I mean, we got +1 with Stim just finishing, Starport on the way, another refinery. I mean, looks like a bit of bio is going to be produced as well. So lots of aggression coming from Hawaiian Style, as well as a third. So behind everything, he's just going to get his economy up.
Yeah, just a relatively normal third base timing. Not really greedy like we have been seeing in the Terran meta lately, where Terran players are forcing that third command center out, trying to take an economic lead to fight toe-to-toe with the Protoss. Just standard 3 racks, very safe, standard timings for everything. Not going to get caught off guard by anything too aggressive. Might be able to put some pressure on, just very middle of the road.
Yeah, we do have this Oracle coming in, picking off the SCV that was building that CC, so that will be delayed slightly. It is going to be chased away by a couple of Marines, and SCV just got back to building, so...
Definitely pretty annoying, but Cyclones will not actually be able to kill this. If he's not careful, they will, though. He does fly right back over the Cyclones, and down goes the Oracle. Definitely very unfortunate.
Absolutely. And Hawaiian has a bunch of Marines, even a Hellion hanging out in the wings, scouting out, I mean, I guess those attack paths, so.
Yeah, very good map vision, just not going to get caught off guard by anything. No warp prisms are going to fly by. No army is going to move anywhere he doesn't know about. So just very smart map vision play from Hawaiian Style. And thus far, a little bit interesting. We do have, I guess it's not that interesting, but we do have him going Blink first, even though he's not going for Colossus. So typically, that's a little bit uncommon because you want to get straight to those charge lots. They're really the meat of your army, the strongest point, but does elect to go for charge second. So it's going to be a little bit more passive. Blink is more of a defensive play, so it's going to be hanging back for that charge. So.
Yeah, absolutely. In the meanwhile, we did have a scan on the main army for AS, and a drop coming from our yellow Terran here, going on the right side of the map towards the main. As soon as that goes underway, we'll have more for you there. But just chasing away this Oracle right now, not wanting any shenanigans, but he does. Sorry, our Protoss does have vision now in this main army.
Yeah, it's very annoying. Very annoying for that Oracle to live. Can come back and revelate, all throughout the game. So really wanted to try and kill it off there, but unfortunately could not. The utility of that Oracle will only increase over the game, so as soon as he can pick it off, it really is for the... At this point, we do have both armies starting to posture in the middle of the map, and both armies have their own strengths. Definitely the Widowmines could be a massive wild card in the fight if it ever does happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep in mind, though, with both armies kind of forming towards that middle area, +1 attack is done for the Terran, +1 armor on the way. But charge, blink, +1 ground armor for the Protoss, all finished. So this will be little rough for Terran if he's not careful.
Yeah, drop does only lose a couple of Marines, so can come back actually. We do see Colossus on the way here now from our Protoss player. Really going to get into the strength of that late game Protoss army started here. And the Terran is trying to push, does bury his Widowmines. Force fields are really good from the Protoss player, but at this point there's just so much Terran left. The Widowmines got great hits. Will retreat though, go back over those force fields, doesn't want to over pursue and lose the game. And this drop on the main base does get 9 probes done, so he's really done the damage that he needs to do at this.
Absolutely. Terran army having to back on up. A few Widowmine shots going off, doing a little bit of damage, but not quite as much as our yellow Terran would like. We do have the Protoss army just kind of regrouping, making sure he does have everything under control, though.
Yeah, but at this point, we do see 4 Vikings coming out at a time from Hawaiian style. So it's definitely going to be very difficult for these Colossus to get much done. If they get to a high enough number, they can deal some damage before they go down, but this Viking number is only going to grow.
Absolutely. Especially, I mean, the more and more Colossus, the more and more Viking we're going to be seeing. So hopefully our green Protoss here will be able to check that a little bit more. We do have the factory for our Terran getting shooed away and potentially going down in just a moment.
Yeah, just sacrificing that factory. Doesn't really need it anymore. Has all the starports he wants. Has the armory. So probably not too concerned about losing this at this time.
Yeah, we have our Terran going. Well, you might want to you might consider full NA bio.
Yeah, definitely very strong. Storm's not even finished yet, so Ghosts aren't really overly a necessity yet. And we just see the Terran economy. He has no problem flooding bio units. He's up to 4 bases to 3, and he knows his army is just going to be bigger. Widow Mines get decent hits, actually deal a good amount of splash, but the Colossus are going to fall. Now, once those are down, this Protoss army is going to struggle to keep up with the Terran army.
Yeah, we see a handful of units left from the Terran. Looks like mostly Marauders, with that buff being pretty good to the Terran here.
Yeah, and
one
actually,
Viking going down.
As I said, he was going to be tough to keep up with that bio. Those Protoss units, those Protoss Zealots really just started to get up into the bio, so without kiting back, so they really tore into that bio. So actually, not a great engage from Hawaiians.
Yeah, definitely not the best, but we do have the Ghosts looking to get some good EMPs here, and that's exactly what the Terran needs. We do have our Protoss from Born Gosu, just looking around, poking around the map, trying to. I mean, he knows where the army is, so he can kind of do whatever.
Liberator does get 4 probe kills, so a good denies mining too, so a very good Liberator. At this point though, this supplies are slightly deceptive because there's so many workers for Hawaiian style that actually his army is a decent bit smaller than the Protoss. So he definitely needs to be careful when he goes to engage because his 170 supply is actually a little behind in army.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have 75 SCVs to 51 probes, so that might come into play coming up here on the next Remax. We do have a small engagement here.
Gonna look for those monster EMPs. Does get 1 High Templar off the bat. Definitely a good start, but needs to get all of them before he can really safely engage here. And without any Vikings, there's really nothing to contest these Colossus. So unfortunately for Hawaiian style, I do think he's gonna have to back up.
Yeah, we did have 2 SCVs run into the midst of battle, not really wanting to continue their SCV life, grinding for those minerals, so a little bit unfortunate to see, but we will see our Terran backing up, being forced to poke at the rocks, take those down, cut off, sort of.
Yeah, gonna force the Protoss player, if he wants to attack up this ledge, to go through that choke. He's gonna land good EMPs if he does decide to move up. So a very smart move, gonna keep himself a little bit safer. But we do see that 4th base finish for the Protoss at about the same time this 5th base is gonna be going up for the Terran. So I mean, the Protoss economy is a little bit behind, but so far he's just been able to keep up. His army is very powerful. The upgrades on it are obviously very good, and the Terran army hasn't been able to take a deciding fight yet.
Absolutely, and we do have the Protoss army coming over here on the right side of the map, going towards that 5th base. We do have a triple drop coming down on the natural of the Protoss, where the Protoss just he's space trading. He has a really solid army and
a massive
storms.
A massive dedication from Hawaiian style, but the concave there was really, really nice. Just didn't allow too much to get done there. Took a good fight, and things are looking pretty good for Hawaiian style at this moment. He's going to be base racing with the Protoss, going to be destroying all of his infrastructure. At the same time, he has an army that's not afraid of the Protoss army. He can use these buildings to his advantage, and this really needs to be the winning move for Ayas here.
Absolutely. We do have that triple drop still going down on the bottom side of the map. On the top side of the map, Protoss Ayas just poking in, doing his damage, but again, this triple drop just now getting shushed away. Keeping in mind, there's only 1 observer on the map right now.
Yeah, with that double drop, unfortunately, it just got stuck between Zealots and the Colossus cleaned everything up. Protoss will recall out, lose a single Zealot, does decide that he needs to clean up this drop before he loses everything. A good blink does actually pick off the medevacs. Definitely a nice.
Yeah, if that kept going, that would have been absolutely detrimental. We did have the natural completely going down from our Protoss here. So AS, I mean, he took a lot of damage from that, but he also dealt a lot of damage. So
Yeah, things
he's
are about
in
to
out
get,
of shape.
things are about to get very, very scary for AS2. We do have 3-3 finishing up for the Terran player, while 3-3 just started for him. This fight is going to happen before +2 ship weapons, but I don't know how much of a difference it's made.
Absolutely. We do have probably one of the last engagements. All of the Colossi go down. Vikings reigning supreme. GG. Well bracketed.
Well bracketed. Yeah, a great flank coming in from Hawaiian style on that last engage. Does get some bio at the backside. Snipe those Colossus, help out those Vikings, and once the Protoss army was surrounded, it was all downhill from there.
Absolutely. That leaves Infinity Gaming currently up 4-0. And is that it?
Three.
That's
3 maps, Ryan.
1, 2, 3. Hey, that's 3 maps. We have one more, guys. Don't worry. I promise. We'll give you more StarCraft. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit more StarCraft. If you're really enjoying what you're seeing from Infinity Gaming going forward, if you like seeing what, they're all about, we do have a merch store. If you're interested, it will be linked in chat in the next few moments.
So, and that in fact, this team league does in fact have best of 5 until this point. So that is actually going to be the final game of the day. Infinity Gaming does take the 3-0 win over Born Gosu.
Well, whoops.
You lied to them, Ryan. You told them there was more StarCraft, and there wasn't.
You know what? Actually, I didn't lie. There will be more StarCraft, just it won't be on this stream. There will be people streaming it. There are going to be people playing somewhere on Twitch, I'd like to say. So definitely go check out some of those people as soon as done here.
Yep, but as the day does come to a close, again, a big thank you to the Alpha team, the Alpha for starting this team league, and also good games to Born Gosu. They put up a good fight. Definitely saw a lot from both teams.
Absolutely, yeah. Born Gosu really putting up some solid games. A little cheesy up front, but it was a lot of good fun. Sauce King having some really great plays in the beginning, very first match actually, with his one base roach all in. I mean, again, even Frago with the fence, but anyways, great games coming from all players involved. And that said, I'm Arthisios, and this is Ward. Ward's my co-cap. That was going to be a lot more.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. It was a great stream, good StarCraft, and we hope to see you again the next time we go live with the Alpha Team League. So thanks again for tuning in, and have a good night, guys.